Hi, everyone. So, today when I sat down to do my work, I was getting a feeling that there is someone here in our group who really is embarking on some kind of a spiritual journey, but it feels as though maybe you're keeping it somewhat hidden and that maybe you're not putting yourself out there as much as you really would like to. I'm also getting an energy of someone who really has strong spiritual gifts. And I think that you know that you can be successful with those spiritual gifts. But again, you may be tamping them down a bit or keeping them to yourself, or maybe you're keeping them to yourself while you're working on them. But I would like to dig a little bit deeper into that energy. And I think I would like to do some stone casting. I'd like to try to pull a few gemstones and see what we get. So we have the lepidolite, the Dalmatian jasper, and the selenite is what we got. So just from looking at these few stones right off of the bat, I'm getting the feeling that someone here, again, with the lepidolite, someone is very psychic. I'm getting that strongly with this stone. With the Dalmatian jasper, it seems like you're kind of weighing out your options, like you're trying to figure out whether or not you should do it. The Dalmatian jasper is giving me the feeling of someone who's standing at a crossroads. And that is the feeling that I'm getting, is that you're deciding whether or not this is something you want to pursue or take into the public or something like that. It's what I'm picking up. And then with the selenite, this is really telling me that you're cleaning something out of your energy. You're really clearing something out, or maybe something was taken even from you and your energy. It almost gives me the feel of like in tarot, kind of like a tower type of feeling where it feels a little chaotic maybe at first, but you know that the clearing of that energy is what you needed. So that's really what I'm getting from these two stones, or three stones. But I would also like to cast these stones here too and see if we can get some information. So the Dalmatian jasper flew right off of the mat. So what that's telling me, because it's way over here, is that I think you've already made up your mind about something. That is what it feels like. And we have the selenite falling directly over the word yes, and the lepidolite landing right in the middle. So I think I've hit the bullseye pretty much with thinking that you're psychic. Whoever this reading is for, you are definitely psychic and you have a lot of spiritual abilities. And that I do think with the selenite landing on yes, that it really is just a matter of you clearing out some of the negative energy that's in your life, maybe negative people, negative thinking, negative tendencies. It could be really a number of things, but it really is telling me that clearing out some of the negative thinking or something along those lines is really going to help you push forward a decision, which I feel like you've already made with the Dalmatian jasper. I feel like you've already made a decision to pursue this, but maybe now you're just trying to clear out a little bit of energy to in order to do that. So I would like to also look into the tarot and see if we can get you some more information for that. This does have a very 12th house kind of feeling. Your spiritual gifts, your faith, trying to understand that we're all one. Those are sort of the energies of the 12th house. I'm really oversimplifying the 12th house, but those are the energies and the feelings that I'm getting. So the Lovers just popped out of the deck here, which I want to show you. So the Lovers, again, is a card of making choices and following your heart. And I think that's what we're talking about here, is you really wanting to make this choice to do this because your heart is telling you to, but maybe you're not quite so sure yet how to do it or that you even want to do it. So let's see what comes out. We have the Page of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. So it does feel like there's someone in your energy here with the Page of Pentacles. And I feel like it's someone who maybe can help you, someone who can offer a suggestion, maybe a mentor, or someone who's already done this before you. This is someone who has already started kind of working towards their own spiritual goals. This is someone who has something to show for what they have done. And it might not be in a big way because it's a page. Maybe someone who's just also starting out, but it seems like there's someone in your energy who is also starting out a similar endeavor. Or maybe someone that you have your eye on, someone that you would like to emulate, or someone that you would like to learn from, someone that can offer you suggestions or offer you help is what I'm seeing there. Because you are feeling, with the Ace of Wands here, you are feeling incredibly inspired right now. And that's what I'm getting, is that you know what you want to do and what you want to pursue. But I feel like you maybe just don't have quite the confidence yet to really kind of bring it out into the open or speak openly about it or bring it into the public or whatever. Make it make sense for you, however it fits into your story. But that's really what I'm seeing here. It's kind of confirming a little bit already that we got from the stones. I think that you have realized already in the past, like I said with the lepidolite, that you feel very psychic to me. This is, you feel like you're a very psychic person. And with the Queen of Cups showing up here, the Queen of Cups is a very psychic person. She's very intuitive. She's a healer. She works with all the healing energies. She's very in touch with all kinds of psychic energies. That's kind of the element of water is like that. It's very psychic and intuitive. And so I do think that you already have figured that out. Sometime recently, and maybe throughout your life, you have already figured out that you do have some kind of a gift here. You're very aware of that. I think it's just knowing now what to do with it, or maybe perhaps you're thinking that you're going to shock people with it. People might not understand it. People might judge you. Those are the feelings that are kind of coming through right now. But let's keep going. So then we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Two of Swords. There's that decision we were talking about, and the Fool. So with the Nine of Pentacles here, it really shows me that you're thinking that this could be probably pretty lucrative for you. You're pretty aware that there is an industry for this, that others have done this before you. And with this Page of Pentacles here, it's kind of also validating that too, that it seems like you have already seen people before you do this, that you would not be really the first one to do it. So with the Nine of Pentacles, you know that there is potential there. You know you could make a living from this, as well as bringing something to humanity that they need, is what it feels like, especially with the Queen of Cups, that you're bringing something to the world that they're very much in need of. But you also know that it will be something that could be somewhat lucrative for you. And you might be able to, with the 9, because the 9 is a very independent number. With the number 9, you might be able to make this your solo career, that this wouldn't have to just be a side hustle. This could be something that could sustain you all by itself. Then with the Two of Swords, as we said, this is that decision. You're moving towards this energy. Your immediate future here is the Two of Swords. And so it does feel like not just that you have to make a decision. I think that you want to make a decision. And that's what we were saying with the Dalmatian Jasper, that this is about kind of weighing out what ifs and what if nots and the pros and cons is the energy that comes off of that Dalmatian Jasper. So that's where I feel you are really moving into that. And it's right around the corner for you here too, that you know that this is some kind of a decision that you want to have to make. And maybe it's not the decision necessarily to use your gifts or not. The decision might be how to use your gifts. So if you're fluctuating, let's say, between being a tarot reader or being a Reiki healer or whatever your spiritual gifts are, whatever you can use them for in the healing arts, the energetic arts, the psychic arts, anything. It could even be the actual media arts or visual arts, or it really make sense for you. But it might be that you're just trying to decide how you want to pursue that and use those gifts. But you definitely can see yourself doing it. with the Fool here, you know your potential. You absolutely 100% know your potential. And I think that's why you're considering this. It's very strong in your energy. It's like you, with the Ace of Wands and the Fool, you know how inspired you are. You know how talented you are. You know how gifted you are. You know that you can make money. You know that other people have done it. But you're sort of stuck right now in this Two of Swords energy with thinking, well, gosh, I feel like I can't bring this out in the open. And you'll know what that means for you or why you feel like you can't bring it out into the open. But that is really what is very strongly coming through with these cards. So let's keep going. So then we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Page of Cups. Underneath the deck, we have the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is all about the universe kind of bringing you blessings. And in the way of when you're having trouble with a decision, if you're having trouble with maybe your mind clarity or thinking things through or strategizing, which you are here with the Two of Swords, the Six of Swords is the universe's way of trying to bring you more calmness in your thoughts and in your thinking. Like we were saying earlier, that maybe you have to let go of negative thinking. And that may be true, but I also think that the universe is going to help you try to balance out, even out that thinking so that you don't have to stress about it if you are. With the Ace of Pentacles here, this means that your environment is just rife to do this. The universe, again, there's another universe card here that's kind of teeing you up and giving you what you need. It's planting the seeds for you with this Ace of Pentacles to be able to do what this person, the Page of Pentacles, looks like they have already done. So the universe really has your back right now too. And often when we do follow our spiritual gifts and our spiritual guidance, as long as we take a few steps towards pursuing that, then the universe really puts a lot of wind in our backs, a lot of wind in our sails in order to do that. And I'm seeing that twice now with the Six of Cups. I'm sorry, the Six of Swords. This is the universe lending a helping hand. And with the Ace of Pentacles, this is also the universe lending a helping hand. So therefore, I am feeling pretty confident that the universe is on your side with this and is going to really hook you up whenever it can. I think it's just going to require that you take the first few steps because you really want this. With the Wheel of Fortune here, you really want this to happen. You want this to be able to work for you. You want this to be successful. And it really kind of looks like it's going to be. Your outcome card here is the Page of Cups. And this is really you. I think the universe is going to start sending you some downloads is what I'm getting from this Page of Cups in order to help you make this decision. And it's the same sort of message that I got from this Six of Swords, that the universe is going to start sending you some thoughts and ideas and confidence to move this forward. So if you're just laying in bed at night staring at the ceiling and all of a sudden you think to yourself, oh, wow, I could do it this way, or what about that, or what if I try it this way? You might just have this stroke of genius that comes across you. And if that happens, then I believe that that's a direct message straight from the universe, helping you to feel more confident to be able to pursue this and move forward. And that might, like we said with the selenite, that might give you also the confidence to kind of clear out that energy, that negative energy or negative thinking or thought pattern that perhaps you're getting with this Two of Swords. So this is really great. I think that what the cards are saying to you really kind of backs up what the stones were saying to you, that you may be feeling a bit stuck right now. You're feeling at a crossroads. You're not really sure. You know you're going to have success with this, but maybe you're not exactly sure how to pursue it. Then I think that this is a clear message that the universe is going to start sending you some ideas pretty soon. And I think that you can also, when you're meditating or when you're praying or whatever, however you communicate with the universe, I think you could just ask and just say, hey, can you kind of help me figure out my next steps? Or can you help me figure out a new idea that could be unique to my talents that maybe someone has done before, but I can put my unique spin on it, or something along those lines. Just put your question out to the universe and you'll be surprised. Although many of you, because this is a very spiritual group here, I know a lot of you have already experienced this on your own, but it is surprising still, even for all of us who have been on spiritual journeys. It is surprising still how quickly you will get answers to your questions if you put them out there to the universe. It's really, it's fantastic. So I would also like to look at our chakras, because I like to do that, especially if you're feeling stuck or you're feeling like you have to hide your talents, or if there's anything like that going on. I like to try to see if there's some healing that needs to happen, because sometimes that can indicate that there is healing that needs to be done. So, wow, and we got heal your heart with confused. Well, if that doesn't back up the reading, I don't know what does. This is a very strong sense of confusion of you standing at a crossroads, trying to make decisions, not exactly sure how to pursue this. So that is really confirming a lot of what we've already said. And then the other card we have is Third Eye with arrogant. So I think I don't believe that this is saying that you are arrogant. I think that this feels more like a fear of yours. That if you take this, because it's falling right over the Queen of Wands, or the Queen of Cups. I keep calling her the Queen of Wands, and that's interesting. That's trying to come through too. So I'll have to figure out why the Queen of Wands keeps wanting to pop into this reading, even though she isn't here. But the Queen of Wands really is a very confident energy. And maybe that's what the universe is trying to tell you, is just to be confident. But going back to what I was trying to say with the Queen of Cups is anything but arrogant. She's very compassionate and she understands things on an emotional level, and she is really all including of everyone, and there's no ego. There's not any ego when it comes to the Queen of Cups. So I think with the third eye falling here with arrogant, I think that this is a fear of yours. I think this could be keeping you stuck, is that your heart chakra is not flowing super as openly as I would like to see it. This is a very dark turquoisey type of blue color, and I would like to see your heart more of a vibrant green color. And the same with this third eye. I like to see it more of a brighter purpley color rather than this light lavender. It just means there's not enough light coming through your chakra areas. And so I think that you may be afraid, this could be a fear, that if you go out in the public and you do these things and you do these, use your gifts or whatever it is, and the public doesn't quite understand it, but you're charging money for your services and people are just confused, that you feel like maybe that would come off as arrogant. And I understand that. I think that a lot of us who have embarked on this similar kind of journey really do understand those fears, but that's really all it is just your fears, because we already know other people have done this before. People do it all the time. And not only that, but there are plenty of people who do understand it and want you to use your gifts. We want you to bring everything that you know to humanity and help serve the world with your light and your love and your gifts. So I just want to try to reassure you that it would be anything but arrogant, but I also am validating your fear, because it's a real fear. It showed up at the reading. So I know that that must be something that you're feeling, and a fear that is holding you back. So from this, I'm getting two messages. There are two things that are holding you back: your confusion and this fear of being arrogant. So we can talk more about how we can help with that. But I do want to draw a couple of big picture oracle cards here to see what else we can find. The tree card just kind of showed itself. So that kind of tells me that your ancestors are here too. So there's the eye and there's the garden. So the garden is your greater community. And this is really about bringing your talents into the public. This is confirmation that there are people who really want to see your work, that people will have their eye on you in the community because they're going to love what you're bringing into them. And that you really, maybe with the eye, this could be your eye, and that you just have to find the right community to bring it to. Just find your people, find your tribe. And as soon as you do that, the minute you show your gifts, not only will they understand it and love it, but they've probably been really thirsty for it. It's probably something that they really need in their lives anyway. And whatever healing arts or whatever it is that you're bringing into the world and into these communities, it's something that they really need. And I think you know that. So then I think the last thing I want to do, because we have this Heal Your Heart show up, I want to do some heart healing cards and see if we can get a little bit of information about what's going on in your heart and why that might be going on in your heart and why you feel a bit blocked in your heart and confused. So let's see. So we have Reinventing Heart, which says, get to know yourself anew. So this is very interesting in the sense that what we've been talking about is like to really think about your gifts and why they make you so special, why they don't make you arrogant, that they make you special and that people really need your gifts. It's just another way of looking at yourself. So your guides are really saying to look at yourself differently. And then we have Rejected Heart, transform heartbreak into inner strength. So with Rejected Heart, this is making me feel that perhaps at one time in your life, you've tried to bring your talents out into the public, but maybe perhaps you felt rejected, or you felt like no one really saw it, or no one was acknowledging it, or making it you feel as special as you thought it was, that at one point you were, I don't know, I make it make sense for you, but maybe as a child you were told to stop doing that by a fearful relative, or, you know, again, make it make sense for you. But it does look like there was some point in your life that you were rejected because of this particular trait that you have. And again, I think that's why it's really, really important for you to get to know yourself anew, that trust yourself. If you thought this was special, then it was. And the person who rejected it, it doesn't matter. They were living in fear. They were in a fear-based energy and a vibration at that point. And so this is why it's very important that you look at yourself the way that you're meant to look at yourself, and to really use the selenite. If you have selenite, I would urge you to use it, because it really does help to clear out. Like I said, I use it in this manner when I'm clearing out the energy, especially when I do Reiki healings. I use a big selenite wand, which, I'm not entirely sure it's in here right now, but I use a big selenite wand and I wave it over the whole energetic body of my client. And that's really to clear out the negative thinking and the negative feelings. So if you have selenite and you can work with that, it might help you to clear out this rejected feeling and perhaps looking at yourself in a new light. So I really love this reading. So I think I would like to focus on your heart chakra, though. I think that your heart is probably in the most need. I think once you clear out your heart chakra, the fear-based energies will sort of fall away, and this idea that you might look arrogant to others will also fall away. So let's focus on the heart. So I'm going to link another video in the description of this one and in the comments section for a heart healing Reiki session. And you can just click on that anytime you want. It's yours. And you can just use it whenever you want to help you kind of clear out the confusion that you're feeling towards this. But also, in the Raise Your Vibe in 5 book, I can find a page for the heart chakra. And here's one. So here's a page that is specifically for the heart chakra. And the exercise for this particular day says sit quietly and breathe in. As you exhale, say Om out loud. So that's the sound when you're meditating of Om. So it's saying to breathe in, exhale, and repeat this 10 times. And this is a really great way to get in touch with your heart chakra. So I'm glad we pulled that page. So, and some of you may already do that when you're meditating, because the Om sound is very grounding and it's very helpful, but it's also super good for the heart chakra. So please let me know how this was resonant for you. I would love to hear about what you're working on, what your gifts are, and in any way, if I might be able to help with your heart healing. So I hope you enjoyed the reading, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.